That was also the pandemic. It's a very different energy. When we were doing this for Nomadland, none of us know we were gonna make it out of it. And I was also working on Eternals, so I had a very intense full-time job at the time. So this time feels completely different, but it's also kind of nice to be with everyone. We get paid to be with people we love, and it's to hang out. So on Nomadland, we didn't get to see each other. It was all Zoom.
It's a frightening prospect, but actually when you break it down, it looks complicated on paper, but it is actually a simple exercise. It's like my acting teacher in school said acting is simple, but it's difficult. If you focus on what the story is telling you, it's a simple exercise, but it's the difficulty in acting and storytelling is actually removing yourself from the ego of the exercise. And I think that is key to playing someone like Shakespeare. I don't think Shakespeare was believing the sound of his own music. He was just an artist who felt compelled to tell something, or to tell a story, or to say something about the work that he was making, but he wasn't informing his work with his own sense of ego.
I think sad is kind of reductive. I think being alive is complex, and risking to love is always there's always a risk to love anything, to choose to live, to choose to love, knowing that you might lose them, and you will inevitably lose something at some point, is always that's the choice you have to make in life. I'm always interested in the complexities of humanity, and I want to go to the depths of what I haven't yet understood of what it means to be a human. So for me, it wasn't a weight, it was actually invigorating and woke me up again. And I think no matter what story I tell, I'll always be looking to tell the absolute fullness of what it is to be alive. And if that contains sadness, love, rage, hope, hunger, and education, then that's what I'll do.
I think there's when you sort of think about the subject of how many women lost multiple children to plague, or just in childbirth, or that it would be something that it was just that they expected, or that they sort of rode through because it was a common thing. But then you think of the impact of losing a child, and how not processing that, not dealing with it, just the terrible pain and the rage and the anger. That's really where I arrived at a point, was however much of a good Christian you have to be in that society, actually your anger with what you perceive as God's indifference felt really palpable to me.
You know what? It's I think it depends a lot on the environment and set. And Chloé, you feel so safe with her, and you feel so safe with the rest of the cast. Even though there are challenging moments in films where you have to dig deep, if you feel safe and supported by the people around you, it makes it a whole lot easier. And also, it was actually a very light atmosphere on set. Chloé and everyone was always joking around. She'd do these big dance takes at the end of every emotional scene. So there was this, it never felt like you were getting stuck low, It simmered in a nice place, and that was really helpful and really special.
I want them to understand that if you ever have grief in your life, you need to accept it and you need to move on. Because if you sit with it and you won't get over it. And the entire movie is about grief. And watching this movie will really change your life. So I think that you've missed an opportunity if you don't go and see it.
No, not when I'm making the film. if you ask people truthfully, if they want validations from their peers for their work, most people will say yes. It's very nice. And truthfully, many of us started creating because we were neglected or ignored, and then we wanted some kind of connection. So this is a form of connection. I'm not cynical about it.